This video is intended for audiences 18 and over. How well do we truly know the people closest to us? What hidden darkness can lurk beneath a perfectly curated facade, waiting to shatter a beautiful dream into a national nightmare? The summer of 2021 held the promise of boundless adventure for Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie, a young couple documenting their van life journey across America. Their social media feeds painted a picture of idyllic romance and breathtaking vistas, a dream shared with millions. But then, the posts stopped. The smiles vanished, and a chilling silence descended, forcing a desperate family to ask, "Where is Gabby?" "Hello, Gabby. Are you there?" Nicole's voice strained with worry, her ear pressed against the phone. Only silence responded, a static hum from a connection that wasn't connecting. Chris, her husband, paced the living room, his face etched with concern. "Still nothing?" he asked, his voice raw with unspoken fear. It's not like her to go this long without calling, not after everything. They knew, deep down, something was terribly wrong. That final cryptic text message, not quite sounding like their daughter, echoed in their minds like a warning bell. Had the carefree journey across America veered tragically off course? Was the person she trusted most capable of unspeakable betrayal? The answer, when it finally emerged from the vast wilderness, would send shockwaves across the country and expose the fragile line between public perception and private reality. Welcome to True Crime Deep Dive, and welcome to the story. Today, we delve into the haunting case of Gabby Petito, not just to recount a tragedy, but to uncover the crucial psychological insights and overlooked warning signs that might just save a life. Gabby Petito, a vibrant 22-year-old, and her 23-year-old fiancé, Brian Laundrie, embarked on what they envisioned as the adventure of a lifetime in the summer of 2021. They quit their jobs, converted a Ford Transit van into a camper, and set off from their Florida home with plans to explore national parks across the United States. Their journey was meticulously documented on Instagram and YouTube, frequently using the #vanlife. Their posts showcased breathtaking landscapes, beaming selfies, and what appeared to be perfectly idyllic moments. The couple presented themselves as happy, adventurous, and deeply in love, living life to its absolute fullest. Yet, beneath the veneer of curated online bliss, a much darker narrative was quietly taking shape. On August 12, 2021, the public received its first unsettling glimpse into the growing discord within their relationship. Police in Moab, Utah, received a distress 911 call from a witness reporting an incident where a man was seen striking a woman. Officers quickly located the couple's distinctive white van and initiated a traffic stop. The subsequent police body camera footage, which would later be released to the public, painted a heartbreaking picture. A visibly distraught and tearful Gabby explained to the officers that she and Brian had been embroiled in an argument and that she had slapped. Brian, in stark contrast, appeared composed and calm, though he had visible scratches on his face and arms. Despite the witness's report and Gabby's distress, the police ultimately classified the incident as a mental health crisis rather than an act of domestic violence. No formal charges were filed. Instead, the officers made the decision to separate the couple for the night, arranging for Brian to stay in a hotel and leaving Gabby with the van. This specific police response would later become the subject of intense public scrutiny and debate. Following the incident in Moab, the couple reportedly continued their cross-country journey. The last confirmed sighting of Gabby alive was on August 27th, when witnesses observed her and Brian leaving a restaurant in Jackson, Wyoming. A final cryptic text message was sent from Gabby's phone on August 30. However, her family harbored serious doubts that she was the one who actually sent it. After this point, all communication from Gabby ceased abruptly, leaving her family increasingly concerned. On September 1st, Brian Laundrie arrived back at his parents' home in Northport, Florida. He was alone. The Ford Transit van, their symbol of adventure, was with him. But Gabby was conspicuously absent. For 10 critical days following his return, neither Brian nor his parents reported Gabby missing to authorities, maintaining a perplexing silence that would later haunt the investigation. On September 11th, nearly 2 weeks after their last contact, Gabby's desperate family officially reported her missing to the Northport Police Department. When officers visited the Laundrie home, the family refused to cooperate with the investigation, directing all inquiries to their lawyer. As news of Gabby's disappearance broke, the case rapidly escalated into a national obsession, with Brian, the last person known to have seen Gabby alive, remaining stonily silent. A massive online community of social media enthusiasts and self-proclaimed sleuths mobilized. Platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube became hubs for amateur detectives who meticulously analyzed Gabby's social media posts, tracked the couple's travel itinerary, and shared theories that spread like wildfire, fueling the public's intense interest. On September 15th, Brian Laundrie was officially named a person of interest in Gabby's disappearance by law enforcement. Just 2 days later, His parents informed police that they had not seen him since September 14th, claiming he had gone for a hike in the sprawling and treacherous Carlton Reserve, a vast, swampy area near their home. This revelation triggered a massive, concentrated manhunt for Brian Laundrie, drawing significant resources and media attention. While the search for Brian was intensively underway in Florida, investigators in Wyoming made a profoundly tragic discovery. On September 19th, a body was found in the Spread Creek dispersed camping area within Grand Teton National Park, an area where the couple had previously been staying. It was soon confirmed to be the remains of Gabby Petito. A subsequent autopsy revealed her cause of death was homicide by manual strangulation, solidifying the devastating reality of her fate. The exhaustive search for Brian Laundrie continued for over a month. On October 20th, his skeletal remains were discovered in the Carlton Reserve, in a section that had previously been submerged underwater. Near his body, investigators recovered a backpack, a revolver, and a waterproof dry bag containing a notebook. In January 2022, the FBI publicly announced that the recovered notebook contained Brian's written confession. He admitted to ending Gabby's life. In his version of events, he claimed that she had fallen into a creek and injured herself, and that he killed her out of mercy to end her pain. The FBI accepted this as a confession. And with the primary suspect deceased, the case of Gabby Petito was officially closed. The Gabby Petito case remains a profound tragedy, a cautionary tale about the complexities of domestic abuse and the stark contrast between carefully constructed online appearances and the painful realities of private relationships. In the wake of her death, her family bravely established the Gabby Petito Foundation to provide vital resources and support for the families of other missing persons and victims of domestic violence, ensuring her memory serves a purpose for good. This story compels us to ask, could this devastating outcome have been prevented? What if crucial decisions at pivotal moments had taken a different path? The first critical turning point in this tragic narrative centers around the Moab incident. When police responded to the 911 call reporting a man hitting a woman, they encountered a visibly distressed Gabby and a remarkably composed Brian, despite his visible scratches. The officers, classifying it as a mental health crisis and separating them for just one night, unwittingly missed a crucial opportunity for intervention. What if the responding officers had recognized the clear indicators of a potentially abusive relationship? What if, instead of merely separating them for the night, they had initiated a more thorough investigation into potential domestic violence? Imagine a hypothetical timeline where, instead of a temporary separation, Gabby was provided with immediate access to domestic violence resources, a safe place away from Brian, and clear information about her rights and options. What if Brian had been mandated to seek anger management or held accountable for the reported physical aggression? Such an intervention might have empowered Gabby to leave the relationship, or at the very least, placed her in a safer environment, disrupting the dangerous trajectory of their journey. The narrative could have shifted dramatically, ending their trip perhaps, but not her life. The second pivotal turning point occurred during those agonizing 10 days after Brian Laundrie returned home without Gabby. His silence, and the silence of his family, allowed critical time to pass, delaying the official missing person report and hindering initial investigative efforts. What if Brian, upon returning, or his family, had immediately reported Gabby missing? The timeline of events would have been radically different. A rapid, focused search could have begun much sooner, potentially while Gabby was still alive, or at a minimum, before critical evidence could be compromised or concealed. Early intervention by law enforcement, with full cooperation from Brian and his family, would have transformed the nature of the investigation entirely. Instead of a frantic, public-driven search fueled by social media, it would have been a structured, evidence-based inquiry, maximizing the chances of a swifter resolution and a more complete understanding of the circumstances of Gabby. The tragic role of chance, social pressure to maintain an illusion, and small, seemingly insignificant decisions, like how an incident is classified, or the choice to remain silent, all converge to seal Gabby's fate. These hypothetical scenarios underscore the immense impact that informed actions and critical thinking can have in altering devastating outcomes. The case of Gabby Petito offers a powerful, practical life lesson. The profound danger of carefully constructed facades, and the critical importance of recognizing the nuanced signs of controlling relationships and potential violence, especially when those closest to us might be struggling in silence. This case vividly illustrates how public perception can drastically diverge from a painful private reality, and how societal biases can impede effective intervention. The psychology behind such flawed decisions is complex. Perpetrators often employ sophisticated manipulation tactics, such as gaslighting, gradually isolating the victim from friends and family, and presenting their controlling behaviors as acts of care or love. Victims caught in the cycle of abuse, tension building, an incident, followed by a period of reconciliation or a honeymoon phase, may be reluctant to report or leave due to fear, love, financial dependence, or shame. Additionally, cognitive biases can affect everyone involved, from confirmation bias in online sleuths to the public's hindsight bias, and even to empower ourselves and others. Here are specific actionable tips derived from this tragic case. 1. Recognize red flags in relationships. Pay meticulous attention to controlling behaviors, such as extreme jealousy, attempts to isolate you or a loved one from friends and family, sudden and unexplained mood swings, or a partner who consistently blames you for their own actions or problems. Trust your gut feeling if something in a relationship feels genuinely off or consistently unhealthy. Remember, a partner's outward charm and public persona do not negate private patterns of control, disrespect, or aggression. 2. Why prioritize your safety and seek support? If you or someone you know is in a potentially abusive or dangerous situation, it is crucial to understand that help is readily available. Utilize invaluable resources such as national domestic violence hotlines, local shelters, and confide in trusted friends, family members, or professional counselors. Develop a personalized safety plan, which might include having an emergency escape route, a pre-packed bag with essentials, and a code word established with someone you implicitly trust to signal distress. 3. Advocate for effective intervention as concerned bystanders. We all have a vital role to play. If you witness a suspicious interaction, a heated argument, or what appears to be a domestic dispute, report it promptly to authority. For individuals in positions of authority, like the officers who responded in Moab, it is paramount to understand the intricate complexities of domestic violence and to prioritize victim safety and comprehensive investigation over simple de-escalation tactics that may inadvertently leave the victim vulnerable to further harm. 4. Practice digital vigilance and critical thinking. While social media offers incredible power to connect and inform, it almost never reflects the full, unvarnished truth of a relationship. Be critically discerning of carefully curated online personas and recognize that real struggles and painful realities often unfold behind closed doors. For online communities and amateur sleuths, remember to employ critical thinking, prioritize the amplification of official missing person alerts, and support verified investigations rather than spreading unverified information or engaging. The tragic loss of Gabby Petito serves as a stark and enduring reminder of the hidden struggles many individuals endure and the profound responsibility we all share in fostering a safer, more empathetic, and more aware society. Her memory inspires us to look beyond the surface, to truly listen when someone speaks, and to offer help and support when it is most urgently needed. If you enjoyed this story, please like and share this video. And leave a comment with your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe to the True Crime Deep Dive channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos.